What's going on, you guys? This is Aaron Forex Scott. Shooting this video because I wanted to go over and do a recap of our Pmbo indicator on TradingView. We just released the Pmbo indicator to the team, exclusively for the team. Shout out to the team. But we've been testing and back testing this, not only the indicator, but the strategy, me and a few other leaders in the team, for well over a year. It is a very effective strategy, yet it is very simple to follow. I'm not going to go into the strategy itself, but do know once you join our team, not only will you get access to the full academy, not only will you get access to the 20 pips and dip indicator, but you will also get access to this Pmbo indicator. Not only that, we're going to also give you a bonus access to the alert system that is fully automated. So whenever the indicator kicks out the signal, when you see these 1, 2, 3, these are projecting bars, gives you your stop losses as well. As soon as it kicks out the information, it's automatically, the trade alert is going to be sent to the Telegram. That way you can take advantage of these trades. I'm telling you, when we did the recap for this week, and I noticed that out of 48 trades, out of 73 trades, 48 trades went into profit, 25 trades hit our stop loss. It is about a 65% win ratio. We caught well over 2,500 pips this week alone utilizing this indicator, and that's just on the Forex and NDC pairs. We had a major breakthrough in Bitcoin this week as well, and the system, the indicator, gave us 3 trade entries. We could have got in at 3 different setups on Bitcoin alone. Here, I'm going to pull up Bitcoin so you can see it. It gave us 3 entries, 1, 2, 3, and this trade alone went well over 15,000 pips. That's 16,000 pips on Bitcoin alone. But I'm not going to get into that. We're going to do a brief recap. We're going to go through every single pair. I have a watch list. When I have the watch list, the indicator is going to send the information straight to our Telegram. That way, everybody on our team gets the alert. They see the alert. If they believe in the strategy, back tested the strategy, been on our training, understand the strategy, when they get the alert, they could jump right into the trade, jump right into profit. Here we go. Have a few parameters. Again, I'm not going to go into the strategy. Just know when you see this bar and it says interval to bull, we're going for buys, and it gives us our projection of take profit 1, take profit 2, and take profit 3. Notice this trade hits your take profit 3. This is Aud Cad, and we got well over 60 or 70 pips on this trade. That's Aud Cad, 70 pips on this trade. I'm gonna just go through them briefly one by one. I'm not gonna hold you guys long. Notice we got a trade here. Let's get rid of this box. That's my kids in the background. I got 6 kids. I love them to death, but they do act wild sometimes, so they may be in the background. But I have 2 setups here. Both of these setups, notice here, this trade hit your take profit 1. This trade here got close to your take profit 2, but it did hit your take profit 1. Both of these trades here went up about 40 pips. That's AUD CHF. Let's go to AUD Jpy. Notice here we have 3 trade setups. One here, this one hit your stop loss. It's cool. This is not 100% guaranteed. Like we said, we won about 65% of our trades. We caught 78 trade setups, 2,800 pips, not including Bitcoin. So you're going to catch a few losses. Here's a loss here in AUD Jpy. This trade here did not hit your stop loss. Notice your stop loss is here. It did not hit your stop loss. It actually went into profit. The next 2 trades actually went into profit, and you caught about 30 to 40 pips on those 2 as well. So the loss that you took, your 40 pips, you actually got it back when you got into this trade and to this trade. That's AUD Jpy. Let's go to AUD NZD. Notice here in AUD NZD, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 4 trade setups. None of them hit the stop. Well, actually, this one here hit a stop loss. This one here hit a stop loss. So you had 2 hit your stop loss. 2 of them actually went into profit. Your stop loss at the most is going to be 40 pips. In many cases, it's going to be about 10, 20 to 40 pips at the most. I've seen some of them only 10 pips. Some of them range around 20 or 30 pips. But at the most, we only risk is 40 pips on these trades. Here's 50 pips on 2 trades. So you lost 40 on 2. You caught about 50 on 2. So you're still up in profit on AUD and ZD. Let's go to AUD USD. Notice here, AUD USD. We got 1 trade here. The stop loss is down here. The trade came. It actually came up to hit your take profit 2. Great trade. Here's another trade here. It came up I'm sorry, came down, hit your stop loss. This trade here never came down to hit the stop loss. It actually broke all the way up here. Then you have another trade here that actually hit your take profit one. So you got 4 trades in. One of them hit the stop loss, which is this trade here, but the other 3 hit your take profit. If you had held all 3 trades from the first interval all the way up, you would have caught well over 120 pips. That's AUD USD. Let's go to, we're skipping Bitcoin again. Let's look at it. Just look at it. Just look at the break. Look at the break, and you went directly into profit. This is Bitcoin here. So you can utilize this indicator not only for Forex pairs, you can utilize it for cryptocurrencies. You can utilize it for gold, silver, your metals. You can utilize it for your indices, your US 30, for you US 30 lovers out there, the S&P, the NASDAQ 100. You can utilize it for any market that you want. Once you get the bull run indicator saying that it's breaking out of a zone, you can jump in for a buy. If it goes and it says bear run, then you can get in for a sell. Let's go to Euro AUD. Notice here, you got the interval bear, which is saying we're in the downtrend. We get it in for sales. First trade, hit your take profit 1. Second trade, hit your take profit 1, 2, and 3. This trade here, hit your stop loss. This trade here, hit your take profit 1. This trade here, hit your stop loss. So you got 4 trades, 2 of them hit your take profit, 2 of them hit your stop loss. But notice that this was the first trade here. If you had held this trade all the way down, you would have got well over 200 pips. So even if you did catch losses in between, you're still in profit overall. That's Euro AUD. Euro Cad. Notice here in Euro Cad, you got a stop loss here. You hit your stop loss again there. You hit the stop loss here. This is Euro Cad did bad, and you don't see this often where you're not going to make any pips on a pair throughout the week. This is one strategy, one indicator that you can use on any pair through the week. Euro Cad looks like it had a bad week last week. It looks like it was in a negative, but that's okay. We're still well up throughout the week from the other setups. Notice here we got 2 trade setups. This one, it wasn't much, but these trades, both of these trades hit your take profit 1. This one actually hit both take profit 1, 2, and 3 because it was a small trade, but it still gave you 40 pips on both trades. So that's not bad. Euro Cad. Let's go to Euro JPY. Notice Euro JPY didn't give us no bulls or bears, so we did not trade Euro JPY based off of this strategy or the indicator or the alerts that we got. Here's Euro NZD. Notice here we got 1 trade, hit take profit 2. This trade here, hit take profit 1. This trade here, hit take profit 1. And this trade here, hit take profit 3. All 3 trades hit at least take profit 1 through 3. And if you had held all 3 of them, you would have caught well over 100 pips on every single, well, not all of them, but for the majority of them, the first 2, you would have caught well over 50 pips. All 4 trades went into profit. That's Euro NZD. Let's go to Euro USD. On Euro USD, notice here, hit your stop loss. That hit your stop loss there. This hit your stop loss as well. These 2 are still running. So you got 3 trades that hit your stop loss for at least 30 to 40 pips a piece. These 2 trades are still running. These may actually come down as well, but that's for save that for next week. So Euro USD actually had a bad week last week as well. It's fine because the other trades that you took covering your losses. Notice here we have one trade set up, not hard at all. We got 1 trade set up, and this trade went for an easy 200 pips. So all of those pips that you lost on Euro USD, you gained it right back on GBP AUD. You caught 200 pips at the most on the GBP AUD based off of the Pmbo indicator. Here we go again. We got 1, 2, we got 3 trade setups. This trade setup here, hit take profit 1. This trade here, hit take profit 2. This trade here actually hit your stop loss. So you went 2 for 1. And if you had held this initial trade and held it down to here, you would have been over 100 pips on the first trade and about 50 pips on the second trade. You would have lost about 30 to 40 pips on the third trade, but you're still up on GBP CAD. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for y'all, but I don't want to hold you guys up over the weekend. Here's another trade setup, Gbp Jpy. Notice we don't have no bulls or no bears, so we did not trade Gbp Jpy based off of this indicator. Here, notice here, we have 3. If you're wondering why I'm not counting these back here, is because these were last week. So we're just focusing on the past 5 days here. So we got 3 trade setups here. This one hit your take profit. This one hit take profit 3. This one actually hit your take profit 1. So all 3 trades hit your take profit. If you had held from the first initial trade down to the bottom, that is well over 60 pips in profit. That's GBP and ZD. We're going to go to GBP USD. Notice we have 2 trade setups here on GBP USD. This trade hit your stop loss. This trade hit your take profit 3. So you 1 for 1. It's not bad. But the trade that you actually won was 80 pips. So if you lost 40 pips on the first one, you got 80 pips on the second one, you're still in profit on GBP USD by 40 pips. So we're still gaining our pip count. Here we go. Here's a lot of breaks. We got one break here, hit take profit 1. One break here, hit take profit 1. One break here, hit take profit 2. And you have another break here, hit your stop loss. This break here, hit your stop loss. This break here, hit your stop loss. So I'm not going to count it out, but it looks like it was a wild week for NZD Cad. We're just going to leave it at that. Well, here you go. NZD Jpy. Notice we don't have no bulls and no bears, so we're not trading NZD Jpy based off of this indicator. We're going to keep going. NZD USD. On NZD USD, we got one trade set up here that hit your stop loss. That's negative 40 pips. You got another trade here that happened later in the week. And if you had to roll this bad boy out throughout the week, you would have caught well over, what's that, 70 pips. So you'd have lost 40 pips on the first trade. You would have gained your 70 pips back on the second trade, your 30 pips in profit on NZD USD. Let's look at the S&P 500. Notice here, your S&P 500. Stop loss is way down here. Never came down here to stop loss. The second trade never came down and hit your stop loss as well, depending on how much you're willing to risk. But if you had held this thing all the way up, you would have caught well over 639 points or 639 pips on the S&P 500 on 2 trades. That's well over 1,000 pips on the S&P alone. So that would have covered all of your losses. It's USD Cad. Notice here, USD Cad, hit your stop loss 1, hit your stop loss twice, hit your stop loss 3 times. But then finally, you got 1, 2, 3 trades that actually went into profit. This fourth trade went to profit as well, hit all 3 stop losses. This one at least hit your stop, take profit 1. So you have 1, 2, 3 trades that hit your stop loss, which is negative 120 to 120 pips, because it's 40 pips a piece, 40, 80, 120. So you're in the hole, 140 pips. And then if you had to roll these 3 trades out, once it finally did break, and you had to roll these 3 down, you got 90 pips a piece on 3 trades from the top, and you got another 30 pips on this trade down here. So you still, even though you did take 3 losses in a row, you know that this is consistent. You know that it is profitable. Even if you take three losses in a row, you don't stop, because if you get another break, you can potentially get all of your money back plus more. So even though you took 3 losses in a row, you still ended up in profit at the end of the week on USD Cad. Let's go to USD CHF. Notice we only got 1 trade on you, actually 2 trades on USD CHF, and in both trades, hit your take profit 1, 2, 3. If you had held both of them, you would have been up 60 pips a piece. That is 120 pips. 1 trade, 1 strategy, 1 tool on USD CHF. USD JPY, you got 1 trade set up here on USD JPY. Came down and hit your stop loss, negative 40 pips. You got another trade here. It came down and hit your take profit 3. So even though you lost 40 pips on the first trade, you gained your money right back and got 70 pips on the second trade. That's USD JPY. Oil, we did not get a trade set up in oil. Here we go. Here's gold. First trade on gold, hit your stop loss, which is fine. Second trade on gold, you got over 212 pips on gold. So altogether, we got 78 trade setups. I counted it out. We're not going to count it out here on the training, but I did count it out. Out of 78 trade setups, I'm going to go ahead and write it down. I want you guys to see this. We had 78 trades total, 48 wins, 25 losses, a 65% win ratio, 2,810 around that time pips total, including losses, not including 16,000 pips on Bitcoin 3 times, which is 48,000 pips on Bitcoin. This indicator is very simple to use, and as you can see, it is very effective. Is it going to win 100% of the time? No. This week it only won 65% of the time. But even with your losses, you caught over 2,800 pips total in the Forex and the indices pairs and over 48,000 pips on Bitcoin. Again, 2,800 pips total on the Forex pairs and the indices and 48,000 pips on Bitcoin. One tool, one strategy, 1 week. You can utilize this on any market. You can pull it up on the stock market if you wanted to. This doesn't have to be hard. Our team is teaching very simple strategies. Shout out to Al, shout out to the Pay to Live, the Money Don't Sleep team. They want us to keep it super simple. They call it the KISS mechanism. Keep it super simple. This Pmbo indicator is going to make it simple for you to find which trades to get in and how to hold them. You don't have to be a guru and learn the ins and outs of being a professional trader for you to get results. All you need to know is the proper strategies, proper risk management, and knowing when to get in and out of a trade. This tool is going to tell you when to get in and when to get out. But even if you're not watching the charts, as a bonus, you're going to get every single alert to your phone in Telegram. So whenever we get a setup on these trades and it shows that we have a take profit 1, 2, and 3 in our stop loss, it's automatically going to send you the alert to your phone. That way you don't miss out on the trade. Can you watch all of these pairs at one time and wait for these zones to break? No, you can't. We still have a life to live. I got 6 kids. I can't sit here and just scroll through charts 24/7 and wait for a break of a specific zone. But if I had the alerts to tell me when the zone is broken, once I get the alert, I can pull out my phone and get in the trade and get back to my family or get back to the things that I need to do with my time, while I still catch 2,800 pips in a week. Joining our team today will not only give you access to an amazing academy, it's going to teach you how to trade. It's going to teach you the ins and outs of becoming a professional trader. It's going to give you access to signals from the platform itself that averages well over 1,000 to 5,000 pips every single week. As a bonus, you're going to get access to our Winner Circle group inside of the Pay to Live organization, where we have 6 and 7 figure traders that is going to mentor you and show you the strategies they use. Me, myself, the Pmbo is just one of our many tools, but I know this tool alone will help each and every one of you gain in the market. It will help each and every one of you win in the market on a weekly basis. There's traders out there, I don't know if it's months or years, and they're still struggling. You don't have to struggle no further. You just have to be committed, make the decision, get a part of a winning team. We are called the Winner's Circle for a reason. Be a part of a winning team that is going to give you the winning strategies so that you can start to get the results that you deserve. Do not hesitate. We're going through an economic reset. The government may eventually shut down because of this virus. Do not wait till it's too late. Make the decision now. That way you can benefit from it in the near future. You can start today, and by next week, you could be catching 2,000 pips in a week. Not saying it's guaranteed, but if you had to join last week and you caught all of these alerts and you were focused in and you took all of 78 trades, you would have caught a potential 2,800 pips a week. So if you're not catching pips, if you're still losing in your account, no more excuses. Let's get you connected so that you can start to win with the Winner Circle. I see you guys hopefully on the other side.